What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. It is August 30th and that means September is in 2 days. I took the summer off. Back in May, I decided that this summer was going to be the first sabbatical I take in my 20-year career of working non-stop, and so that's what I did. I went for a lot of long walks. I did a lot of nothing. I played a lot of Animal Crossing New Horizons, and I did get a new trainer, and I have been training 3 times a week, which I have been really enjoying because I've been progressing a lot in my strength, reverse dieting. I get to eat more calories now, and I feel so much healthier and happier than I did 5 or 6 months ago, and that has been so great for me. When I decided to take time off way back in May, I told myself that my deadline for getting things back together and starting to work and be productive and setting a roadmap for myself for my future would be September 1st, and September 1st is just around the corner. So this is the week. I have been back in England for 10 days now. I got to go back to New York for the first time in 2 years a few weeks ago, and I spent 3 weeks seeing friends and family and just getting reacquainted with my hometown. It was so great, honestly. Like, New York to me, I always describe it to people. Ask me, they're like, what was it like to be back in New York? And I was like, you know what? New York is like your favorite pair of sweatpants. You put them back on and it's like you never took them off. So it was so nice to be back. I took some random videos of random street vignettes, and I'm gonna insert that clip here. Now that I'm back in England, I thought I would start a weekly vlog just to keep myself accountable, but also because I love watching people's weekly vlogs on YouTube. My life is not that exciting, especially over the past 2 years in terms of what I've been doing. I've been staying in a whole lot, doing things like typing quietly for hours alone in my apartment. It's not that exciting to watch, but I am really excited for the fall and some new projects I'm working on. So I thought I would start doing weekly vlogs now just to get back in the habit. So I hope you join me and come along for my weekly vlogs. Good morning. It is, what is today? Today is Tuesday. It is my day 2 of my weekly vlog. I woke up this morning and I think my refrigerator is not working properly because I opened the refrigerator door and a bunch of water was in there, which is a bad sign. So I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna turn it off, turn it back on, reset it, and then if it still doesn't work tomorrow, then I will notify my landlord. I hate asking other people for stuff, so I do try to avoid asking my landlord for things or for help as much as possible. I feel like they have their own problems, like people have their own lives, and this apartment is new enough where it should function correctly, but I don't know. Appliances break down, things happen. I just found out yesterday that my friend Shay is in town from New York / Texas, so I'm excited to see him. We're gonna go have lunch. Let's go. Okay, so when I was in Selfridges today, I saw this and I had to get it because I have watched so many Gemma Chan videos recently because she's starring in The Eternals. And she talks about this product all the time. And I don't think she's endorsed by this product, but she literally carries it in her handbag. And so I bought one. This product is hilarious. She says it was recommended to her by a makeup artist or a friend, and she said it's really soothing. When she does it on camera, it's an electronic product, and when she uses it on camera in these videos, she looks like she just goes to like this happy place. It's so funny. It is the Foreo Iris. It is an eye massager, and she calls it her eye braider because this is what it does. Check it out. It's wiggling and it's made out of this super soft silicone, and this is what you do with it. And I just tried it like for like 10 seconds before starting this video, and it feels amazing. I have a mirror here, so I'm just gonna look at it while I do this. So you rest it gently under your eye and with like no pressure at all, because under your eye is like super delicate. And you just sort of move it back and forth, and it feels really nice. It feels just like a gentle tapping. What it's meant to do is you're supposed to use it with like a serum. My skin is so oily right now, so don't worry, there's like no pull or drag. It's the end of the day. It's just like my residue makeup and like sweat and oil and gross stuff. I'm gonna wash this in a second, but it feels so soothing. And I've just been doing it on my right eye. I don't know if you can tell on camera. I sort of can see a different look at this sad and tired eye, and this after just like 30 seconds of doing it is slightly less puffy. So you can do it on your under eye, and you can use it on your brow, just like gently on your brow. It helps circulation, and I guess if you use things like serums, it's supposed to help the serums absorb better, or it like pats the serum. I don't know what it does. I think it pats the serum into your skin. Gemma Chan also does this. This is not that comfortable. I've already tried this. She like puts it over. This is not comfortable. I don't endorse this. But I also have not looked at the full manual. It only comes with like this little piece of paper and then some like electronic paperwork, but it just tells you to do those two things first. So I've tried that. Another life improving product that I have bought, and it definitely looks really silly. I showered. So it's officially September 1st, and like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, September 1st is officially the day that I had set for myself as a deadline to get down to business. After 4 months of complete relaxation, this is it. And I'm really excited. I'm like really pumped today. This morning when I was working out, I felt like I had an extra surge of energy. I'm just really excited to get back to being productive and to using my brain and to being engaged. And I guess maybe I did put it out into the universe, because this week is turning out to be one of the busiest weeks I've had all year. So I am actually wearing real makeup for the first time in maybe 3 or 4 months. Usually I just put on like a tinted moisturizer and like maybe a little cream blush and like, you know, just like so little, because I haven't had to have any serious meetings or real Zoom calls that are serious businessy type Zoom calls. But I had to practice this morning because I have so many meetings and calls this week. I'm kind of excited to re-engage with humans all around the world. I also do feel like this is the week in general for so many people to get back to business. Like, this is the week the kids go back to school, people are back from their August holiday. I guess some people are going back to the office for the first time this week since March 2020. I have been looking forward to this autumn for forever. So let's get to it. I just finished up a call, my first call of the day. I still have another call in an hour, I've now changed shirts like 3 times today. I changed from my gray top into a bright blue shirt for my call because I find that wearing a bright color on a Zoom call really helps bring the energy up on Zoom calls. I find that Zoom calls are really low energy. Connectivity can be an issue. So wearing something bright can really help hold focus. But then it was too hot, so I'm gonna put on this t-shirt. Good morning. It is Thursday and it's just around 9:30. I was supposed to have a training session this morning, but the client after me showed up early because she was confused, and actually I have a call at 11 that I still need to prep for, so it was actually fine that my training session was canceled. I have been prepping and I sort of tried to do my hair. My part's not really even for my 11 a.m. call, which is a really exciting thing if it pans out, so fingers crossed everything goes well. Otherwise today I have a bunch of Zoom calls and a bunch of work to do. It's kind of weird, I've noticed this about myself over the last 48, 72 hours. I used to think was a travel related thing. So every time I would travel out of New York, it would take me about 3 days to completely relax if I was going on vacation. And I think like 24 hours before I would get on a plane to go back to New York, my brain would just snap back into New York mode. So I would get super focused, super like decisive, and just very task orientated. And I guess it's not a New York thing, it's just how my brain functions in terms of being very task oriented when I need to be. So I've noticed that this has happened over the past 48 hours since my self-imposed deadline of September 1st. Today is the 2nd, so it's been the past 2 days. I've noticed that I've become much more efficient, really focused on these tasks on my to-do list because I've suddenly gotten really busy this week. And it feels kind of good, but it surprises me. I think that it's surprising maybe to people that, you know, I've met during this past year because I've been very loosey-goosey all summer because I took the summer off. So that's something I've noticed, that instantly I've been able to snap back into work mode. Good morning. It's Saturday and I got up pretty early today and I cleaned out my freezer. So, you know, my freezer and fridge broke. So I figured I should clean it out, and then now I'm rewarding myself with a long walk in the park, which I have not done in so long because I've been so busy. You'll see it's like classic Oxford weather, a little bit cloudy, not hot, not cold, but warm enough to like just go out in a little fleece vest. I always forget that going for these long walks through green areas is one of my favorite things about England. I know it's a weird thing to forget, but if you don't do it for a few weeks, you forget how good it makes you feel. So yeah, let's go for a walk around the park. We both wanted different things, but letting go just comes easy to you, don't it? Why am I the only one who's left in a race? If I had an option to be someone else, I would, and let go of you. I'm home, and on the way back I went to get newspapers. So I got some magazines too. I got the latest issue of Condé Nast Traveler, got the latest issue of Tatler, which comes with the public school guide. I also picked up an Excite energy drink in raspberry watermelon because I tried this the other day and I really liked it because it wasn't too sweet, but it still had that really great like artificial watermelon flavor that I love. The newspapers here have a lot of supplements on Saturday and Sunday of the Saturday Daily Telegraph. And I picked up a chirashi bowl from Wasabi on the way home. Look how great this is. It's like the perfect lunch for me. Okay, so I'm gonna eat that and wrap up the vlog. Thank you for tuning in. I know this weekly vlog is gonna be a work in progress. It's very disjointed and I obviously did not leave the house all that much this week, so I just did a lot of meetings and a lot of calls. I hope you have a fantastic weekend and I will see you next week.